Welcome to week 1 of JU317. Every week of this class, I will have a welcome to the week video where I'll go through the overview of what the week will include. This one is a little different because I have to also do some things I probably should have done in the overall welcome to the course video, which just preceded this. In fact, let's start with some of that. You're on the Moodle page, or else you wouldn't be hearing me. Let's just take a quick look around the Moodle page and show you that it includes a daily schedule. And if we look at the daily schedule, you'd see, in addition to a review of my contact information, which is in a number of places, week by week, there is a list here of the things we'll be doing. Honestly, I may be adjusting this a little bit. This listing is demonstrated in a more useful way in the actual week by week guidelines or assignments and videos and uploads and so on that are on the home page. But that is an important document. There's also the full syllabus, which I'm not going to show you, but I'm going to hold you to everything in it. So do take a moment later and look through it if you wish. But instead, let's look at the syllabus summary. Here is the summary, which is kind of like the best of key points of the syllabus. So please do look this over. You'll see my contact information again. I may be changing those hours a little bit, and I'm honestly, during my office hours, I don't just sit on Zoom and wait for people to connect. If you want to have a Zoom meeting during my office hours or any other time, email me. I'll set it up and we'll do it. Otherwise, you can try phoning me. Yes. My office phone is a couple different places. It's 2448 from on campus, 564-2448. But phone, you know, if I'm out of the office, is not necessarily that great. Email is usually better. Any case, that's there. Also, what do you need right now? You need the textbook. I already showed you that. That's extremely important. And then more about downloading a free code editor. Notepad++ or brackets are the ones I'm recommending at this time. Suggested text, that's fine, but don't worry about it. Grades, just want to let you know, you have one huge overall project that you'll take the entire semester to do. You'll in fact be starting it in some ways during this first week. It's worth half your grade. But the individual parts of it, as you keep going, it's graded. Each one of those is individual grades. In fact, you have a lot of grades. Quizzes, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do the quizzes yet. If I'm going to do actual quizzes out of a question bank, as I've done before, multiple choice things, if I'm just going to give you a file and let you upload essentially a take-home quiz. We'll see about that. Lots of regular homework things you have to submit in-class projects and so on. All that, the big resume project is half your grade. All that other stuff is 40% of your grade, and the final exam, if I choose to have one, is going to be 10%. Otherwise, it'll be 50% and 50%. Not all projects assignments have the same value. Okay. Late work. I do deduct for late work. So, for instance, if you miss the deadline at all, it's 10 points off. In the case of this online class, if it's 2 more days go by and you haven't submitted it, it's 10 more points off. And if a full week goes by and you have, sorry, not full week, 4 days, more than 4 days, so into the 5th day, then it's 10 more points off, and then no makeup for missed quizzes, which I'm not sure the quiz is going to work anyway, but let's not worry about that. Cheating. Well, what's the opportunities for cheating in this class? Not a lot. Occasionally I have someone try to submit work from a previous semester. That's even harder to do this semester with the online version like this. People, if you get caught for that, and people have been caught, then that would be a serious penalty. You may work with the friends on your assignments and whatnot, but just make sure the work you submit is your own and not theirs. And then the schedule I mentioned, Jack's Journalism Lounge, I think there's a link to it. I'll show you in just a minute. That's just optional. It's a Facebook group which I run, which some current, previous students people out in the field, other people are involved in journalism type topics. So if you're interested in journalism in general and public relations, you might want to join that group, Jack's Journalism Lounge. There's a link on Moodle. I won't say more than that. So feel free to do that. Okay, so that was the syllabus summary. That was there. Now, it's been mentioned a couple of times that yes, you're going to need to have a code writer. Now, if you are on campus and working in a lab, then don't worry about it. Notepad++ should be installed. Notepad++ is what I use in my demos. It's one of the top 3 usually, but the problem with Notepad++ is it's PC only. So, and it's great to have some code writer on your own computer, even if you use a lab sometimes. Or maybe you're not even in campus, great. Then you need to have it on your own computer, laptop or desktop, whatever. It's really tough to do this class on an iPad or something like that, or on a Chromebook. So if you're trying to use one of those, talk to me, but that's could be a real problem. So I'm going to assume it's a laptop or desktop. So I would say if you have a PC, then get Notepad++. And this is the link to the main page, and you can download from there. But if you have a Mac, then you could review a bunch of other code editors. Of those, I think Brackets is probably the most commonly used other one. Brackets could be used, it's cross-platform, Mac or PC. It's an Adobe product. It's kind of a stripped-down text editor. It's very good. Either one of these, they're going to take a little learning curve. I know Notepad++ better if you're having trouble, but Brackets seems to be, people have used it without any difficulty really, so that's fine too. Or as I said, get a different one. If you want to learn more about them, here's a link to it right there. So you need to download and install code editor or be working on a college computer, which probably has Notepad++ already anyway. Communication. So the best way to communicate with me is email. But if you have a general question that other people might benefit from seeing the answer to, you could post it in this forum. And if you are a student that notices a question there and you think you have an answer for it, feel free to post also. Announcements, this announcement forum, this is where you could go find previous announcements. I'm going to try to remember to put my announcements there and send them out via email, but they go out as email from there too. That would be like, geez, I got to update something or change something, or I forgot something or whatever. So, or there's some change or something, general class-wide stuff I'll put there. And then, yes, here's the link to that Facebook Lounge, Facebook group, which is just as an optional, not required. You'll see right away in our cover letter 1 exercise, which is coming up this week, I reference sample resumes from students from past semesters. That's a link to those right there. Some general other links here and resources. W3C Schools is a great resource, really comprehensive and authoritative and always reliable. For you're having trouble with a topic or something, you want to learn it in another way, go look at their stuff. It's very good. I think we'll be using Pixlr photo editor. If you have your own copy of Photoshop, that's great. But I'm assuming some people are not in the labs or don't have the Adobe suite. This is an online photo editor we may be using. And these color gradient things are for later stuff when we get into background images there. Okay, so that's that stuff. Good. So let's look at week 1. Okay, so this is week 1. You'll see, yes, you're in the welcome video right now. It's possible that your screen won't look exactly like this. This is an instructor screen for one thing, and also I may change things a little bit. I am building this course right now as I'm making these videos, which is a little bit odd. You'll see the welcome week also includes a note for the reading, which I will try to remember as I'm remembering to tell you right now. You need to read chapters 1 and 2 right away, and chapter 4, which is extremely important. Chapter 4, you're going to read it, you're going to review it, you're going to use it again. Get to that one too relatively soon. So that means you should have your textbook, and that means you should have an on-paper copy of your textbook, a physical copy textbook. And if you don't have it, get it right away. Because there may be a few of you who haven't quite gotten the textbook yet, or it's in the mail, or something like that, I have given you chapters 1 and 2 of the textbook here as a PDF. But I'm not going to keep doing that for other chapters. So that's just to get you started if there's some delay. So find that down there. Okay. What else to tell you? You'll see that in general, this is how the weeks are organized. You'll in general have a video or two, lecture and or tutorial from me, and then there's probably some documents that would have been like the handouts you would have got in class for the assignment. They're usually PDFs as they are here. And then there'll be a Dropbox for you to actually file the thing, which includes a note about when it is due. The videos are called videos. The handouts are called handouts. Occasionally there's some other things that don't have a label like that. But in general, it's a video, a handout, and a Dropbox. Hold on, I get a phone. Oh, I hate that spam calls. Okay, let's continue. So that's the general thing. I won't go over that anymore. That's the overall structure. You see it repeated. Let's talk about your first two assignments. And I'm putting assignments in air quotes because these first two things are not actually graded. They're just, well, they'll be used. The fact you complete them will be a bonus or like a question on the, or go towards your first quiz. I'm putting quiz in air quotes too, because, you know, let's see what happens with your quiz, how it really works out. There'll be one next week. I'm still working that out. Okay, so first you have something called the Moodle Welcome Assignment, and here is a handout for it. It simply says, go to the Moodle page. Well, you had to go there to see this. Okay, go to the forum, Moodle Welcome Assignment forum. I haven't put it, the forum is there, but I have not put this note in there yet. But when you go there, you will see a note that says something like this, right? And now I want you to respond to that forum thread. There in the forum, note send me email, respond right there in the forum, telling me something about yourself, as is suggested there. This is the let's go around the class and say something about yourself part of the class. It's you're introducing yourself to the other people in the class and to me. So some basic stuff, just a couple of paragraphs, three paragraphs there about yourself. That'd be fine. Don't tell us anything you don't want us to know. Add your answer, go back, lurk around, see what other people write if you wish, whatever. Yes, I'm asking you to do that by Tuesday. So pretty low impact. Good, and that is in the forum. It's unusual for me to use a forum in an assignment. I don't do a lot of forum stuff, but there is a forum there for that. Good. Next, there's something called the Website I Like assignment. You see, it's also different. Neither of these have a Dropbox. That first one had the forum. This one, I'm actually asking you to send me email. Here's the idea here. You use the web all the time, every day. You're just using it and breathing it like air, not paying attention to it in detail. I want you to stop for a moment and just try to pay a little more attention to some of the structure of the information you're looking at. I want you to find a website and tell me about it in writing. Not just any website, though. It doesn't have to be a news website. It doesn't have to be associated with, New York Times or BBC or something like that. It must have some journalistic aspect, but gee, honestly, what doesn't have some journalistic aspect? Journalism is just telling people the information we think they need to know or want to know, right? We inform, we educate, we entertain, and I'm sure that almost any website you would look at would have some aspects of those things. So don't get hung up on that idea. I want you to think about it to be a site that you think is attractive and well designed. Okay, so not just because you like the topic, you're really into MMA fighting. So just because it's an MMA site you think is great. No. Look, step back a moment and think: is it attractive? Is it well designed? And a key part of being well designed is it useful? And is it easy to use? So is it properly structured? Does it seem to be easy to use? Imagine yourself coming there for the first time. How would you feel on that site? And also make an argument that this is the kind of site that you would like to build if you were a professional website designer in some theoretical future. So find the site that has those characteristics. And then I want you to write a very brief analysis to me. I want you to include the link to the website. I want you to offer 1 or 2 short paragraphs explaining why you like it, what you see that makes it attractive and well designed, what you see that makes it useful and easy to use, right? And make sure to include your name in there too, so I can remember who you are, although the email address will probably give it away. So you're going to just write 1, 2, maybe 3 paragraphs. Don't write an essay about this. I just want you to start thinking about the websites you look at in relationship to how they're really built and the things that are good and bad about them and the things that could be done that maybe you'd do differently, and also the general structure of how they work as opposed to just using them. So you do put that together, you send me an email to my email address, there it is. Remember, that's JOWN, no S, 001. My name has an S, but the email address does not. And this assignment will be used towards a grade of your first quiz, whatever that's going to be. And then make sure to include a subject line that says, website I like, and your name. So mine would be website I like, hyphen Jack Downs, or something like that. Or just Jack. So send me the email before 10 o'clock on Wednesday of week 1. Okay. And if we go back again, next you'll go ahead with the how the internet works. By the way, for that one, those introductory terms, I have a presentation. When I do a presentation in this week and in the future, this week I think there's only one that's an actual like a Google slide kind of presentation. When I do a presentation as part of one of these lectures, I think you may want to go back and look at that presentation separately, especially because maybe it will come up on a quiz. Here is the presentations to study folder, and inside there you'd find a PDF of the presentation separately. Some weeks there'll be a few of them. This first week I think there's only that one about the introductory terms of the internet. So then you just keep on going through the week and stay in touch and let me know how it goes.